Hey folks, this is Casey and I am One Mellow Marigold. Let's check in and see how our peas are doing. So I hope you've been growing along with me, and if you did and you put peas in the ground a couple of weeks ago, let's take a peek and see how they are doing. Okay, so this is the side of the house where I have my 3 different pea beds, and I am very happy to say we have germination almost complete in every single bed. And can we just take a quick moment to appreciate how beautiful this little grape hyacinth is? This is a bulb, so if anybody is interested in just a lovely, beautiful spring bulb, gosh, I just love these. Okay, let's get down close and see what we got going on here. So, peas are coming up, and pretty quickly they will start to try to put on leaves, so they do kind of look a little bushy like that. Everybody's looking good, feeling strong in the soil. These have been the strongest to germinate. These are the arrowhead peas that I planted, and I got a couple of peas doing something kind of funky, and I want to show you. Check out this pea. This happens sometimes in all gardening. Because we put this out so early, which is good because peas love the cold, squirrels often, or other birds or animals will often scratch up loose dirt. And so you might get a pea germinating just like this. See how the pea has actually pushed itself up to the top of the soil? Now underneath this little guy is the taproot that's going down into the soil. So this little dude is going to be quite okay. However, the pea is left outside and vulnerable. So when you see that happen, oop, and I got another one. I'll move it over. I got another one doing the same thing right up there. So when you see this happen, do not worry. We're just going to put it right in the ground. You always have to be gentle with seedlings. However, you can feel free to touch them and redirect them when you need to. So this little guy over here, I'm just gonna be super gentle. Oh, see, and it came right up. So it was very loose in my hand. So that tells me it was just sitting on the ground. And look at that cute little baby taproot. So the taproot is just gonna try to find its way into the soil anyway. So all we're gonna do is take this little buddy and put him into a fresh hole. Okay, so I just sort of noodled in with my finger a little divot. And I'm gonna take my little pea and I am gently going to put that taproot to the bottom. And I'm going to cover the pea with soil and just gently pat it down. Do not worry about the little leaves. They will right themselves. They'll find the sun. But giving that taproot soil to suck back into is going to really help it along. And for this little dude, see, as I touched the leaves, I can feel a connection under the soil. So I'm not going to move him because his little taproot is already seeking out the soil. What I am going to do is I am just going to lightly push a little bit more loose soil around the pea part itself, just to sort of help it settle its way back into the earth. And I'm going to be careful because look, there's another little pea germinating. And that's it. Take care. It's okay to take care of your seeds, to touch them, to move them around if you need to. Okay, so now you might be thinking, now what? What do we do? Now the peas are growing. They have done germinating. This is the good part. Nothing. You do nothing. You leave them alone. You let them be. Peas are a great confidence builder for growing because they really hardly need any maintenance, especially in their early stages. Peas do not need a lot of water. You can get away with watering them about once a week. If of course it rains, you don't even have to worry about it. Peas are not going to need much in the way of additional nutrients or soil for the most part. As long as you gave them a good potting soil, they're going to be just fine to keep growing. So this is the easy part. You get to just leave them alone. My one tip for pea care is going to be for my folks in lower zones right now. Here in 5B, it really hasn't gotten very warm. It's about 60 degrees today, but this is the warmest it has been so far. Folks in the lower zones, you might already be getting up into the 80s. And let's face it, with climate change, we know that most folks are starting to zing into the upper temperatures much faster these years. So if you do live in a warmer temperature, I am going to recommend getting yourself a roll of white shade cloth. This isn't really all that white because it's dirty, because I reuse it every year. And no, I do not stick it in the washing machine. That would be absolutely silly. You can absolutely reuse shade cloth. And all you really have to do is just drape it over your peas, drape it over the trellis, and that's going to help keep some of the high heat away when you start getting into those upper 80s. All right, take a look at our little inside pea. Inside growers, if you started about the same time I did, yours probably looks just about the same. This is what a pea plant looks like as it's growing. I love the little delicate leaves. And there's so many different pea varieties that have like different speckling and things on their leaves. It's really kind of fun. It is a little leafy plant. And this is how it grows. So these little fingerlings, they are going to start growing and they're going to reach out because they're looking for something to grab onto. That's how it's going to trellis upwards. So this is what your starts should start looking like if you are either inside or if you just happen to be in a warmer climate than me. But she's doing great and going strong. Same thing with watering for her. Once a week, if that. Do not overwater. Sometimes inside our house temperatures can be warmer at first than our outside temperatures, and so you might need to water more than once a week, but I'm going to recommend that you just do so lightly, just enough to sort of soak into the top part of the ground unless she's showing signs of stress. That's it, folks. Just a quick check-in today. The peas are doing great. They're doing what peas are supposed to be doing. I hope your peas are doing well too. If you have any questions or things aren't going so well, go ahead and leave me a comment below. It's good to see you, folks, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.